Hey everybody, gaming lovers, gamers, and gaming developers. Welcome back to Crypto Events Announcements. My name is Eugene Romanenko, and please welcome my today's upcoming guest. He's broadcasting from Seoul, South Korea, and his name is Chung. He is the head of business of PlayDapp, and he will also be the distinguished speaker at the CG conference in Kyiv, Ukraine, hosted by Andrew Sharonevich and the brilliant CGC team in October 10th and 11th. So it's a great pleasure to have you all interview.
My pleasure.
So could you please give us a bit intro for those guys who may not be familiar with you? Tell about yourself and what are you working on in the gaming industry regarding blockchain?
So if I introduce myself more specifically, myself included, all of our core team at PlayDapp have all come from traditional game industry experiences. So basically, I myself have been with NCSoft for roughly just over 9 years. Our CEO and also head of marketing have been with NHN, Marvel, CJ, already very recognizable global gaming companies in Korea. So what we want to provide in the blockchain space is our experience in gaming expertise. So that is one of the leveraging aspects of our team. Second, our CTO, and also here, I'm sort of in between. Myself and our CTO have come from a company called ItemBay, which is the largest digital game transaction or exchange, C2C exchange marketplace in Korea. So basically, those are the two specific expertise that we want to bring to the blockchain space. And our business, in short, is to provide a gaming service where game contents can actually not only compete like traditional markets, but work together. So developer and developer can actually work together, trying to provide additional value to the gaming experience. And on top of that, we want to build a layer of C2C digital goods exchange services.
Why did you decide to share your ideas and experience at the CG conference in Kyiv in October?
Oh, I think it's very early stages of the industry. And from what we've so far seen from the dApps, or more specifically the gaming dApps, is that there's a lack, not to be too aggressive, but there's a lack of, how do you say, gaming polish in a lot of the gaming experience on the blockchain space right now. So basically, there is a lot of entry barriers in order to actually, for any gamer to actually even just delve into the game. There's a lot of blockers in between from clicking the homepage to actually being able to enter and being able to experience the gaming experience itself. So we want to eliminate all of that, a lot of that, as much as possible, and provide a much more polished, similar experience as what you would see in the traditional PC or mobile gaming space.
Well, what specific topics and issues will you be covering during your speech in Kyiv at the CG conference?
Well, I'll be touching some of the, some of the optimizations and what I just mentioned, eliminating some of the hurdles of entry into the games itself during the talk. But I want to touch upon the subject of working together. It's an early stage industry, and what we see now is a lot of even the crypto game developers or blockchain game developers are holding on to the traditional mentality that they are competing for customers. What we try to provide as a service is through the NFT functionalities on the blockchain, developers don't need to develop everything themselves. They don't need to develop all of the contents themselves. Gamers should be able to move along a portfolio of games, not just have sunken costs into one specific gaming experience and they get nothing back when they bought of it. So basically, we want to show how we can actually work together. We have that in our in-house game where if you're playing one specific game, you can actually transfer a lot of that value into the second game. And what you gain from the second game experience, you can actually take back to the first game. So the interoperability there is basically a very rudimentary showcase of how we can actually work together. And I want to explain this in more detail to the general game developing community and hopefully invite them into the discussion where we can talk about interesting ideas and creative concepts where each developer not only competes, but can actually try and work together to create additional values for the gamers.
Well, as you have been observing in the industry in recent years, from your viewpoint as an insider, what are the main trends right now in the gaming industry regarding blockchain at the intersection of the gaming and crypto space?
So if you mean what could be the connection between the traditional market and the crypto market? Is that the...
Yes.
I mean, I've only recently come into the blockchain space. So basically, it's only been a few months since I've actually joined the industry. So coming from as an outsider and from the traditional space, I think there's a big overlap of gamers and audience where a lot of the traditional gamers and audience are very interested or curious about the crypto market in general, but really don't have an idea of how to enter, other than going to exchanges, buy some crypto for trading purposes, etc. They really don't know what crypto and blockchain is all about. And there's a lot of players and a lot of developers and operators in the crypto market where they have a very good understanding of blockchain and the technology in general, but really don't know what the gamers, your non-crypto gamers, are wanting as a gaming experience. So there's a lot of developers, for example, who's combined blockchain and gaming into a service. But the thing is, gaming in itself has lost a lot of, focus. Blockchain is more upfront in that experience. But gamers in general want games to be fun. Games has to be games, in order to attract them in the first place. So we want to combine those two aspects as best as possible, have a most smooth, elegant experience, not just for crypto gamers, but also for non-crypto gamers, and invite them into the crypto space and help with the general market expansion, really.
What type of persons will mostly benefit from attending CGC conference in Kyiv?
Well, it's my first time actually visiting, so I can't really answer that for you 100%. But the people we'd like to meet are general developers and gaming audience in general. Not crypto or non-crypto, not divided in that sense, but people who like games and people who want to service games and have a very interesting discussion about attracting non-gamers into the crypto space and also working through the blockchain technology, not just competing, but working together to create a new value that was really available in the market anywhere, really. A new kind of gaming experience for the gamers, which the gamers, I'm sure, would appreciate very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, gamers, gaming lovers, and gaming developers, you have heard the advices of Chung. So please, if you are related to the gaming industry or in gaming from the other side or in blockchain or not in blockchain, I haven't been in Kyiv at all, please come attend to CGC conference in Kyiv on October 10th and 11th. See the link below and use your promo code CGC_CryptoEmcee for a 20% discount. It's also written below. And by the way, we can meet with you at the Human Charity Conference in Minsk, Belarus on October 5th, at the Chainpoint 19 Conference in Yerevan, Armenia, October 14 and 15, Blockchain Live Europe Conference in October 16 and 17 in Moscow, Russia, the Georgia iGaming Affiliate Conference in Tbilisi, Georgia, October 18, and of course, at Satoshi Invest Summit in Georgia, October 30 and 31st, for celebrating 11th Bitcoin white paper birthday anniversary. Please visit CryptoEmcee.com and find your discount promo codes for these events. Please subscribe on my Facebook page or YouTube channel and stay tuned for next speakers interviews. Chung from South Korea, Seoul. Eugene Romanenko with you. Thank you for watching. See you on October 10th and 11th in Kyiv, Ukraine at the CGC conference. Stay tuned, stay gaming, stay crypto, and thank you, Sang.
Thank you. My pleasure.